What's up, guys? It's Austin here at MyRacePass, and I just wanted to do a short little how-to video on the announcer audio stuff. We get a ton of questions about it, how to connect, what it looks like for fans, those types of things. We really want to make this as simple as possible for you. So I'm just going to start with a video, basically showing you how to connect audio. I'm going to start with the hardware side of things, and then I'll also show you the interface after that as well. Hardware side of things, we get a ton of questions about that. The piece of hardware that you need to make this work is a USB audio interface. You guys aren't audio technicians, neither am I. So I'm going to try to keep this in layman's terms as much as I can. I'll show you the soundboard that you already have, as long as you have microphones at your facility, how that works with the audio interface, and then how to run that into a computer. So I'm going to start with a soundboard. This is the soundboard I use. This one brings the races with me all the time as an announcer. What we're looking for is we're looking for an out, right? I've got main out listed up here. We've got control room out. You got a couple of different out options in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a cable, a mic cable. This cable will run from your soundboard to the audio interface that I'll show you in a second. And you're just going to plug it into the left-hand side of whatever out you're going to use. If your main out is open, use your main out. Control room out is fine as well. Doesn't really matter, right? We're just going to use the left-hand side of whatever out you're going to use. If your outs are already being used, if you only have one out and it's already being used by your PA system or whatever, I've got this splitter, right? Get yourself a splitter. These heavy-duty splitters are not that expensive, and they can be really valuable. Take that splitter, put it into the out. Then this can go to PA system, and then you can take that same cable that's going to your audio interface, put it in the other side, and just split that main out. Now, as we take a look at the audio interface side of things, right? Set this aside. Bring up the audio interface. These are on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. I mean, we're talking less than $100 of total investment with the cabling and with the audio interface. Our Help Center article online has all of the recommended ones listed. But you'll be able to see the other side of that microphone cable, right? There's an option to plug that directly in there. So now I've got one side in my board, the other side in this audio interface. And then from this audio interface, all I have to do at that point is to take this line in, right? And plug the other end into it. It's a 3/4, right? Regular old USB aux cord, or not USB, aux cord. Plug that into your machine, plug that into your computer. A lot of these audio interfaces are also going to come with their own special cable as well. That is a USB end, right? So I'm going to take, and actually the one that I had did come with its own cable. Let me pick that up off the ground. It literally will have a special end to go into the front of the audio interface, boom. And then it comes with a USB adapter, USB it into your machine. If you can get one with a USB adapter, great. Most of them come that way. If not, again, 1/4-inch cable to an aux cable works just the same way. Either way, that's just fine. So really all we're doing is going from soundboard into the audio interface into your machine with whatever cabling you require to do that. Total of investment, like I said, less than $100. We're really not talking a lot here. Now I want to go into the software side of it, right? So I've got my soundboard into my audio interface into a computer. On that computer, I'm going to go to the MRP Live tab, and let me share my screen here so you can see what that looks like. I'm going to go into the MRP Live tab. You'll see here, and this is available for everybody now. This is no longer in beta testing mode. When I go to a race night, I go to MRP Live. There's now, instead of just live timing, there's an audio stream option here. I can add an audio stream. It'll come up with the name as the name of the event. You can change that to whatever you want. You can also add a description here on this screen also. So let's say Tulsa Shootout. They have their announcers booth sponsored by whoever. Or you could have Bob's Garage sponsors booth or whatever, and type in the names of your announcers here. All that stuff shows up for fans, right? So if you do have a way to sell advertising on it, sell advertising on it. That's great. Make your money, make it back. So you can add a description. You can also restrict access by location, right? So I can fence a total number of miles. So if I only want it to be available within 3 miles of my racetrack, boom, only people within 3 miles of my racetrack will be able to hear the audio stream. Same thing exists as well for a blackout distance. If you want to black out near your racetrack, then you can type in, 10 miles here, and anybody within 10 miles of my racetrack will not be able to hear it. Everybody outside of that can. So you can do it two different ways, right? You can fence it to where only people who are there can listen. You can black it out to where only people who couldn't get there can listen. Or you can just have it available for everybody. However you want to do that. It doesn't really matter. It's all up to you. But if I go ahead and add that information, boom, here we go. I've got a link, right? I can listen. I can do all of those things. I click that link. That brings me to the connection options, right? You can email that link to your announcer. If your announcer is doing this, you can copy it to give it to somebody else. You can do whatever you need to do here. Or you can just click the link and select your microphone. Your microphone is going to be the name of your audio interface. So whatever the audio interface is that you have, whatever brand it is, it'll be your microphone here. So select the microphone that you want to play. Check the box that says we, MyRacePass, are not responsible for the content of the stream. In other words, don't let your announcer swear at your fans. And then press the connect button, and you are live in the app. Fans can go to the app. They can click the announcer audio option. They can hear your announcer. The delay is the exact same delay as live timing. So if I'm listening in the app, I can watch live timing and hear the announcer and have those two be very nearly within 1/10 of a second completely synced up. And you know how fast live timing goes when you come across the line. Before they get to turn 1, you can see timing update. So this is really not much of a delay at all. It's an extremely great option for fans in the grandstands, or if you don't have speakers in the pits, drivers and crews in the pits to be able to hear what's going on so they know when they have to get to staging. It can be used for a lot of options. I myself have used it as a fan watching sprint cars, as a crew guy with a go-kart team, understanding when I should or shouldn't be at the racetrack or when I should go to staging. It's really a valuable tool. I get that I have a personal bias. I'm an announcer. That being said, I love this feature in the app. If you have any questions about it, please email us, support@myracepass.com. Whether it's myself or Dakota Tennyson, my partner in support, we'll get back to you with the information that you need. And we want to help you get this up and running. And I just want to once again drive home the point. There is no cost to you at the track through MyRacePass to do this. It is part of your already existing race management subscription. You're not paying us anything extra to be able to get this. The only cost to you is the hardware to make it happen. Please email us if you have questions. And thanks again for being a member of Team MRP.